All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you like these videos. Appreciate it as always. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs, so please hit that subscribe button. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. Really would appreciate it. Okay, in front of you right now is our live market blog. Again, this is from our Discord. This is the best way to communicate with us. This is our personal social media. This is our personal community. If you are a Morning Note viewer and you're not on the Discord, you're really missing out. Again, the market blog is free. We also have some other goodies there as well. That is free. So again, we would love to have you on board. In order to get on, just go to our website, www.gar.capital, click on Access Our Discord at the front page, scroll down, and then click on Get Free Plan. That is our live market blog. There we are. Now let's get this TOS thing, move over here. All right, market time. Let's do it. Dow futures are up 35 points. Just got a headline. Let me just read this. U.S. votes on TikTok divestment bill. So this is that TikTok thing we were talking about, that it might be banned in the U.S. That's the word in Congress, I guess. Just priorities, obviously. With that being said, Meta and Snap are names that I'm watching. I know I'm kind of deviating from how we get started on the day. Let's make sure. Okay, perfect. When I look at the comments, guys, I always make sure I'm like, is the sound on, the recording on? But we're good, thank God. You had a couple of questions. Let me go over a couple of things, and we'll get right to those questions. Thank you, guys. Dow futures are up 38 points, but again, we got interrupted with that TikTok Snap news. So let's go rather quickly, expand our chart here to Meta. Let's see how it's moving pre-market. Anything out there? No. I mean, it's down about less than $1 on Meta, so we'll have to wait there. Snapchat, again, I'm still waiting for 1265 to break. It didn't break. We just melted down Monday and Tuesday. Kind of funny that I said, yeah, we're gonna soar, and if TikTok news comes out, but again, we're gonna keep that alert up. We'll keep an eye on the headlines. We'll let you know on the Discord server if any news changes regarding that TikTok legislation. I believe the vote is ongoing, or they're just discussing the bill. No idea, but either way. NASDAQ's down a quarter point this morning. A lot of that is Tesla. And again, still short, still holding. Nothing has changed here, even with these kind of pops. This is nothing. Again, as long as we stayed below 184, that was kind of the level. We need to get below 172. What's the target, class? 160. That's what we're looking for. So I can wait. No problem. I got puts now for March 28th. Got more than 2 weeks. Feet are up because we know where we're going. We are going to break down on Tesla. And when we get to 160, when everyone hates the stock again, that's when we buy calls or we look at to buy some stock. Very simple. So a lot of the members were asking me yesterday, is Tesla still valid? But it was very choppy yesterday. I believe yesterday it dumped, it popped, and then chopped. So not much to go by there. This is why you buy time, so you don't freak out. So buy time, guys, especially in choppy conditions. Let's see. What is your target for SPY this week? Love your work. Thank you. In terms of SPY, I usually go by S&P 500 futures, but we'll go to SPY rather quickly. And you can see Dow is up, but NASDAQ is down. S&P is flat. The Russell is rather flat. Yields are bouncing after that 10-year bond auction. Crude oil is up. We said energy. Keep an eye on energy. XLE, XOM, we got them open. XOM for Masterclass, XLE for everyone else. Get to SPY here. A beautiful channel. The question is, do we get to 525? Or do we finally get a break below 502? So obviously we're in the uptrend. What do we think we're going to go? Higher, obviously. The question is, by end of week, that means the implication, I assume, is that you want to buy some end of the week calls. I would just wait. I think you just buy some time here. Yes, we are on the move. Don't get me wrong. But break 518.22 at least, and then maybe you could do the 520 calls. But I think it's more of a stock picker's market than it is buying Spire Qs. It's just been very choppy. TGT declared dividends at 110 per common share today. Yep. Gotta love Target. I still think Target has more to go. Nice little turnaround story. Remember all that stuff, the controversy with the children's clothes or what have you. The target still remains 181.02. Problem is we have a gap to fill below. We are above the 20. We need to break 181.02. Guys, target will be at 208.96 within 12 months. The question is, when? It's inevitable, but we have to break 181.02 first. So I still like target upside, and you get paid dividends while you wait. Thoughts on SPY making new highs? Yeah, because there's one guy in town who's really just running the show, and his name is Nvidia. And, when the stock is up 7% and it's weight that much now in the S&P, you're going to get a big move. All-time highs yesterday. It's bull market things, man. That's all. So Nvidia has not tagged the highs yet. I believe the high was above 1,000. 974. Excuse me. So we're quite a ways out. If you're looking to play Nvidia for more upside, oh man, it's like surge pricing. Again, like I said, the 1,000 calls, I bet those are going to get a lot of love, but they're going to be expensive. So be careful. What do you think about BA whistleblower? Yeah, I heard about that. Quote unquote suicide. Sure. Either way, 182.30. Obviously, I don't want to laugh about any kind of horrible things like death, but my goodness. I mean, rather convenient timing is all. So Boeing, tough one. And this Boeing is a name that I have traded and have owned. So you got to understand that, this is one of a stock that we had as our top 10 last year. And look where it was, right on the first. It hit the highs literally December 31st. Once Gar Capital took it off its top 10, that's what happens with Boeing. Obviously, I'm joking around, but 182.39 is where we are currently. Target is 176. Do you really want to buy puts here in the shoe? Meaning that already down. Yes, momentum is there. You kind of want to look at it this way. You want to fade any kind of rip. So you're kind of waiting for a pop at this point. It's broken support, multiple supports. The question is, we need a pop in order to fade it. It's just to catch here more, we'd have to see at least the volume. Again, it's pretty far out. It's not like 176 is close, but that is my target. And I'm just going to say, like I said with target, that might be the level where you're taking a nibble on a Boeing. Right at 176, maybe to 166. It's not going to go to zero, guys. Boeing is getting whacked on the head. Yes, some really terrible news, but companies have these cycles. It just happens. Stick to the technicals, stick to the price action. This is a bull market. Boeing is not going to be left behind. It's not going to be the only stock that's red in this bull cycle. Let's be fair. So 176 to around 166, I think you're starting to take a look about buying some Boeing or looking at some upside calls. But we could target 176, but I want two things. I want time and I want volume. Good morning, Carlos. And for long-term holds. Great question. And then we're going to go over the positions we have. Apple, again, I'm looking for 175. I think, like I said this Sunday, I think we based around 170, 165. I think that's kind of our support. Am I looking to buy at this very moment? No, I own tons of Apple. But I need 175 to break and sustain. I would prefer, personally, to wait for the weekly candle to close. So it's a green weekly candle at least. But if we can close on the week above 175.03, I'd have a lot more confidence in saying that 169 is our base moving forward, and we can use that as support for anyone who is looking to go long Apple. I mean, it's been whacked. It's been whacked in the head. Maybe some shorts are closing up shop. Hello, AMD reversal candle. Is it valid? You think you're talking about the daily candle that we talked about on Sunday? Yeah, I said it before. I said it on Sunday as well that I was looking at shorting the semiconductors. We didn't do that this week or anything like that. But again, that daily candle, very, very ugly. Reversal candles, we know. And it looks like a reversal weekly candle as well. I mean, you could see it. Yes, we have a hammer formation now in the weekly. It is only Wednesday. Get me below 193.25. Would love a retest of 185 to 180, or 185, excuse me. So if we can get to here from 193 to 185, again, maybe that's a place where you want to buy some AMD. I probably wouldn't, but I would look for some calls, sure. How do you think the divestment bill will affect Meta? Meta would go higher because they would have more market share in the social media space. They already have Instagram. They already have WhatsApp. I don't know if WhatsApp is a social media. They already have WhatsApp and, of course, Facebook. So Meta's just going to gobble up more market share, and the U.S. government's going to help them do it. So awesome. right? At least it's an American company, and I think we all own it. If you own SPY, you own Meta. So go Meta. I want to take a shot at Google above 140.36. What are your thoughts? 141.37 is the break point that I have. I can't say break point, but alert. So if we get above there, yeah, we'll start taking a look at some calls because we're right at that 20-day moving average. I got to see the close today, guys, on Google. Yes, we still have a great gap to fill at 152.92. So we may have based on Google as well. It's holding that 200-day. So far, so good. Maybe it's a time to take a stab at it, but we got to wait. That's it. Qs again. Qs are at all-time highs. I mean, well, wait, not Qs were at all-time highs. NQ was. In terms of Qs, the next target up is 450. If we can get above 447, yeah, we could play the 450 calls. I prefer to do NASDAQ futures than Qs, but I'm just going to wait for that break. Let's go over XLE. We have the 90 calls on XLE. Just reading some headlines, pardon me. And we have the 90 calls for June. So we're at 89.60. It's a beautiful breakout. I love this. Love the setup. I love that we have time. And guys, we have higher to go in XLE. So you're not late on the energy train. That's all I'm going to say. 93.82, that's what you're selling. Unless we break out. XOM. Yep, 110. That's exactly what we're looking for masterclass. So we'll see if we get that hit today. Let's take a look at Tesla one more time. How are we looking? We need to break 172.12, guys. 172.12. That's what we're looking for. And then we can get to 160. It's inevitable, team. This is going to break. I just don't want to be in short-term instruments to do so. I want time. 2 weeks. March 28th. That's what I'm in. So once we get that break, that's what I'm looking for. And then one more here. Bank of America, banks and energy. Like we said, look at this beautiful price action. 36.15 breaks on Bank of America. Take a look at the daily. Right there. That's our target. 37, 36.86 to around 37. And then one more for the road. Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin futures. We hit 74K overnight or this morning. So we hit new all-time highs on Bitcoin. I'm also in BITO, the Bitcoin ETF. We have graduated from Mara. We have graduated from Riot. We don't need them anymore. There's no reason to trade a miner, guys. You don't need to trade any mining companies that can offer debt, dilute your shares, have to pay a CEO. Just own the stupid ETF. I mean, not own, but trade the ETF so you can actually trade spot Bitcoin. So that is so much easier than trading Mara that is so volatile. I mean, crypto is already volatile enough. So again, I recommend BITO being the trading instrument for those who want to trade Bitcoin proxies. In terms of crypto, okay, what do we want to trade? I guess Coinbase will be your best friend in that sense. But in terms of the options market congruency, but I would not be trading Mara anymore. I mean, unless you want to mess with this, I don't. How is it that Bitcoin's going higher and Mara's going lower? Because we don't need to trade it. We don't need to use it. Why would I own Mara? For what? I'm going to pay a CEO to buy Bitcoin that I can just do myself. Doesn't make any sense. For that, just own the ETF is my point. So BITO for Bitcoin. Everything else, not even worth talking about, to be honest. No offense to Mara owners, but I'm not trading that anymore. I think a lot of people think markets are overheating. CPI is up. Yeah, we expected CPI to be up yesterday. Commercial property vacancies are 20%, higher than they were than COVID. Cool down coming. In terms of a cool down, I don't know if that means in terms of the stock market or in terms of economic growth. In terms of the stock market, yeah, of course, we're going to get a pullback. But again, that's so, vague. I mean, yeah, it's like saying, yeah, eventually the world's going to end. Yeah, when? That's kind of the key. Do we expect any kind of recession this year? I don't. A pullback? Sure. Every 12 to 16 months, you have a 10% correction. I mean, that's not going to change. No matter how people think it's different this time. Guys, these are just cycles. It's just what it is. This is very similar to 2009, very early innings bull cycle There's still some people that are, kind of like, are we sure this is for real? Whether that's for political reasons or economic reasons based on what they used to know. Guys, the market, the inversion of the yield curve happened nearly 24 months ago. And we really didn't have a severe recession. We had a technical, quote unquote, in terms of GDP contraction for 2 quarters. That's true. That happened in 2022, but we didn't have a depression or anything like that. So things can be fluid. And that's the thing about the market and economics is that no matter how smart you are, things can change so rapidly that, the things that you think you knew, the market don't care. Economics change, societies change, priorities change, consumption changes, technology changes. The way I've said it in terms of economics moving forward is that artificial intelligence pretty much saved the day because that's going to create more efficiency. And efficiency is a very good driver of growth. Long dated puts for SPY or nah? I bought VIX calls via XXY. I got as high as around 25%. I still held it. That thing got nuked. It's really hard to bet on reversals or trade on reversals. It's a very delicate touch you need. Trading Tesla puts in a bull market. Yeah, it has a downtrend, but in a bull market, it's difficult. That's all. You just really, as a trader, you're riding the trend. You want to buy something that someone else can buy from you at a higher price. That's all you're doing. And it's very difficult to go against the trend. Yesterday we had a hot CPI and stocks still went up. What do you do? The textbook says, what do you mean? CPI was hotter. Inflation's hot. We're going to die. Why are stocks going higher? Market don't give a damn. It's all about the reaction. It's hard to predict people's reaction. One thing is to predict certain news events, possibly on, past information, but people's reaction and what they do, that's tough sledding. Very, very difficult. So I know, it's kind of weird for those who study economics. Be like, this market makes no sense. This economy makes no sense. Everyone's broke. Everyone's pissed off. Houses are too high. Whatever you want to call it. What my retort is that this is the same cycle. Very similar to the 80s. 83, 84, going into 85. Very similar to early innings bull market in 2009, and then kind of similar to 2002, where we started to pick up again. Those are the kind of congruent times that I can see that's very similar to now. The best you can do now is just ride the wave. If you want to buy insurance with SPY puts, never been cheaper. I'll give you that. But, it's really up to the person. XLE starting to move now, new highs. So let's see if we can catch those trades today. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the next morning note. Cheers all.